Hello, everyone. Um, we're Random Encounter Productions, and for anyone that doesn't know, I'm Cody Stone. This is my channel. Um, my friends and I engage in roleplay, fantasy, and live live plays of a variety of RPGs and and things of the nature. We here don't usually participate or comment on politics of the day because, one, that's not the content that we believe people come to us to see. So I'm going to have to apologize to our normal viewers at the moment because there has come a point in time in which I, as an individual, and by extension, my company, has to take a stand and make a statement. So, since this is not our usual content, I'm sorry. We will be getting back to that shortly. But in the meantime, I encourage you to watch this, listen to it. If it helps you express something, if it helps explain a point of view or an opinion, or just reassures you that other people see you, hear you, and feel the same as you do, then it's done its job. Let me be very clear right from the start. Black Lives Matter. Anyone that is going to shut down or reply with All Lives Matter, sure, you're right, but your semantics are not welcome, nor are they the issue of the day. The issue of the day is the continued systemic police brutality against unarmed, compliant citizens, people that all have a very clear common denominator, that being the color of their skin. To anyone that has not experienced the difference in interactions with figures of authorities based on the color of your skin, let me assure you, it is real. I have very limited experience with it, but very real experience. I am of mixed descent, and when I am surrounded by my Caucasian friends and have had to interact with police, it has all been very respectful, cordial, and while never a easy interaction, not one that I felt could blossom into an event of violence. However, when I am surrounded by my Black, African American, Latino friends, I very quickly start looking real Mexican. And those interactions have been far more prone to have the potential of violent or unsavory ends. They were tenser. And like I said, those are very limited experiences, but I can witness and attest firsthand that there is a difference in those interactions. When you talk about the actions of a police force, it is very difficult to not acknowledge that there are good cops. But again, that doesn't fix or excuse the problem. The problem is that no one, regardless of their job or their position in life, should be able to murder with impunity. There is no other occupation on the planet that sees so little and so few repercussions for poor performance. And that is putting it mildly. I'm sure I can talk to literally everyone out there and say that if you were to make a mistake at your job, you would expect to be disciplined. You might expect to be fired. But most of you, making a mistake at your job wouldn't mean murder. And that is what's happened. Not just with George Floyd, but with hundreds and thousands of black people across the country. We, here in Orlando, are attempting to reopen after quarantine from the coronavirus. We are attempting to get back to a sense of normalcy. We are a city drenched in magic and fantasy. But the realities of police violence are very real. And so I think it's important that we admit to ourselves that getting back to normal is not acceptable. Getting back to the way things were is not enough. Especially when the way things were for a huge portion of the population was mired in fear and distrust. They deserve better. We deserve better. We all deserve a police force that is not a paramilitary force. We deserve the ability to call for help from civil servants and not fear our own safety or any of the other potential dangers that might befall us. Police are citizens, but the system currently treats them as something different, as something above, as something beyond reproach. That is unacceptable. That is especially true in their dealings with the black community. For anyone that thinks that I shouldn't be talking about this because I am not black, I respect your opinion. But I think there's a very important reason why allies who are fair-skinned, Caucasian, or a variety of other colors of privilege have to. Because the truth is, I have a far better chance of breaking through to someone that looks like me, to enter someone's echo chamber that is surrounded by right-wing or alt-right propaganda than persons of color do. The message has to permeate all levels of society, all walks of life, all individuals. So I'm going to do my best to spread good information, opinions, facts that are beneficial, to to help people acquire the rights which we all claim to believe in. There's one thing that I have always believed in. And that idea is that we can be better. And that's why I love fantasy. That's why I love role-playing games. That's why I love fiction. Because they show us that the heroism that we can aspire to, that we can achieve. At this point, it's no longer it shouldn't be bold or heroic to say that unarmed, compliant, honest people being killed is wrong. It should be mandatory. If you can watch the death of George Floyd or any of the hundreds of other black individuals who are assaulted, murdered without cause, and say, yeah, but, then you need to look at yourself and dream a little better. There may be more of these, there may not. They come out raw and unedited specifically because honesty and authenticity are the only ways to address something as personal, as meaningful, and as heartbreaking as this. There are no excuses, and there are no exceptions. We as a society have to be better. We're going to put a link down below and maybe up right here. I don't know. It's going to have instructions for how you can support Black Lives Matter. It's going to have links and places for you to donate. And we are going to continue to speak up and speak out. So I hope that this resonated with someone. I hope that this helps in some small way. And until next time, be better. Everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight we have, we'll start over there,
Matthew, and I'm playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi fighter, arcane archer, words.
Yeah, you.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I will be playing Sirach, the Horizon Walker Aarakocra Ranger.
I'm Megan. I'm playing Sarai Landir, the Eldrin Glamour Bard.
Howdy, y'all. Name's Maz. I'll be playing Talroth Oakenblade, Wood Elf Scout.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos. I will be playing Those in Fahrenheit, the half-orc tiefling forge cleric.
All right. So, and thanks, Matthew.
You're so welcome.
So if you guys were here for the pre-show, you saw a very special message from me. It is something that we will probably be playing on the pre-show frequently. And other messages may come, and if anybody on the channel, any members of the team, have things that they would like to share in support of this effort and cause, we'd like to provide them a platform to do so. Also, there is the link that that the chat mod's going to toss up in there for people to donate and all of that, which is wonderful. We are still going to try to provide you guys some fun and exciting content. And a lot of times in my games, in games that I've run, in games that that happen on the channel, social issues do come up. We do our best to handle them respectfully, but it felt disingenuous to try to have those in a game and not speak to the reality of them happening at the moment. So I'm a little, that's a technical term, and unfortunately I didn't get the chance to pre-screen that with the team. So if anybody wants to talk about anything or say anything, I want you guys to have a chance to do that. We'll do some announcements. We've got a Norse Foundry giveaway coming up this month. I don't know when that is, but it's going to be cool. So we're going to give you guys some cool stuff too. I don't have a social media. I don't know if anybody knows this. If you guys have been fans of the channel for a minute, I suffer from some depression and anxiety and some mental health things, and a lot of social media just doesn't help that. It tends to make it worse. So I don't. So this is my platform, and it's one that I'm happy to share with my friends and colleagues. And we'll be doing some other things on like the TikTok and Twitter. And I thought about just making those things, not using the company, but the truth is that I think it's important. We are a small company. We don't have a huge outreach, but there's nothing. It shouldn't be so controversial to say, "Hey, man, don't kill people." That my company needs to not say that clearly. So yeah, but I've talked for a while. I'm hoping somebody else will jump in and stop me at some point.
Stay safe. Be smart. If I encourage you to go out, if you are able to, if you are not able to, that is fine. But regardless, there are a lot of resources online that you can find that give you tips and tricks to being safe while you're out. Make sure to follow those and follow them carefully, because things have gotten a little wild, justifiably so. And so I think I speak for all of us when I say stay safe in everything and anything that you do, and to take care of yourself as well as all of those around you. Yeah, just be good, and we hear you and we hear your anger, and I know I personally stand with you in that specifically, in the anger part specifically. We all stand with you in all of the aspects, but yeah.
Be kind to one another, regardless of race, ethnicity, whatnot, sexual orientation, everything. Love each other. If you're going out, be safe. Do it safely. We love you, and I stand with you too.
Yeah, I know I might not look it, but for those who don't know, I actually am Cuban. I was born in Miami. My mother, very, very fair skinned. My dad, not as much. But yeah, put it this way, every summer when I got a tan, you could tell I was Latino with a little bit of the Middle Eastern descent. So, little secret there, yes, I am part Syrian. So you can imagine how the last couple years have been for me. And yeah, I have had a couple experiences with things that went on, but right now I'm not even going to talk about them because it's not the right time. Because yeah, I can go on normal, no problem. I can pass for white, sure. But right now, there is a bigger issue.
Bigger issue, you shouldn't have to. No one
Yeah.
should have to. And that's more a statement of, for anybody that thinks things like that don't exist, or that there was some sort of reason or excuse or mitigating factor or whatever it may have been. Part of what I said, and I think what Mars is saying as well, is that we can tell you firsthand that is not the case. And it of course is not all cops. It's not all of anybody, but one is enough, and we've had far more than that. Anybody seen anything like good on TV or I don't know?
Okay, so the
just finished
season
finishing
5 of
Avatar: The
She-Ra.
Last Airbender.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. She-Ra and Airbender. Good. Big fans of all of those.
Fantastic.
Caitlin started watching The Last Airbender.
Oh my god!
I want so many more reaction shots of her watching Airbender.
How
Yeah.
far in is she?
Only like 3 or 4 episodes. She's still very, very much in the honeymoon phase. In the oh yeah, this is good. Yeah, I mean, everybody's like losing their shit, but it seems fun. It's fine.
This is cute.
Yeah.
So she hasn't gotten to the Earth Kingdom yet.
No.
So it's like me with the first 50 episodes of Steven Universe when I first watched it. Understood.
So yeah, that is a lot of fun. Yeah, this week, just to let you guys know the schedule, we got this tonight. Tomorrow night, Cole will be back. We'll be running Storm King's Thunder. We're getting into the giant portion of Storm King's Thunder. That's been fun. We've been playing with goblins for a couple of weeks. So we will go from small to tall very quickly. On Wednesday, Megan is going to be back running Call of Cthulhu. Super excited for the finale of that one. Thursday, we've got Wildmount happening. Oh, you guys are getting to the Fortress of the Dead Jarl. Dead Jarl's Fortress, something like that.
Punch!
Matthew is super excited about that.
That's all I've wanted to do, honestly.
Tell us how you really feel.
I've just wanted to, like, as soon as it was the fucking Dead Jarls thing, I was like, I'm there. I'm there. I'm going to beat up some undead frost giants. That's all I want. And then everybody was like, no, we should do like the main story. And I was like, okay, fine. And now I'm lucky. And we've been able to circle back to what I wanted through the main story.
There you go.
So good.
Super excited about that. Dragon Age comes back on Friday. And midnight will be happening, not at midnight on Saturday, but at 8 p.m. on Saturday. So we're looking forward to that.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut in. I know you were just about to start, but something just happened in the chat that blew me away because I didn't know, and they said that one of our people looks like Swedish singer Pep's person, and I'd never seen that picture before, and I just looked it up. Mars, you are a Swedish singer, and I hope you are happy with this. It is
I'm looking this up.
eerie.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this in the Twitch chat?
Somebody put that in a Discord chat for me, or somewhere.
I can see a vague resemblance.
Oh shit!
Megan's
coming
reaction.
from it, but I was like, oh my god, this is great.
Mars almost jumped out of frame. Good lord. Oh man! All right,
It's the beard.
100% the beard. That is
It's the beard. It's so good.
Well,
Oh,
I guess I found out where the other doppelgangers went to.
there
Oh,
it is.
God.
Okay, thank you.
I swear, when I was in college, I kept coming across like at least 5 or 6 other people between UM and FIU and just over Miami
Mhm.
that people were like, "Oh, but I just saw you over there. Hey, but weren't you over here last week?" It's like, no.
Well, that's good. Remember, Mars, in the end, there can be only one.
So good.
the thing
Yeah,
you
at this point,
it's the quickening.
Exactly.
oh, I'd love for it to be a Highlander event, but at this point, I'm thinking it's Palpatine and a broken cloning cylinder.
Hmm. All right, my dudes. Let's get into it. Let's do some D'ing and or D'ing. So our adventure takes place in the continent of Lickdracht. It is a continent dominated by myth and legend, a world of ancient civilizations that is being explored and braved by the heroes of the Republic of the Black Gem. Our adventurers work for the Magnus Exploratorium, a wing of the College of Arcanum that is dedicated to exploring ancient civilizations and studying new cultures and setting up stronger relations with them and across this bold new continent. Recently, a number of the expeditions around the Magnus Exploratorium within Dorian's Dawn has been attacked. Sometimes the students and their defenders have been slaughtered. Sometimes they have not been able, they have been repelled, these invaders have. And so currently, the town of Dorian's Dawn is on lockdown. And no further expeditions are planned at this point. The large expedition that was planned to be traveling to what is known as the Forge, an ancient site of mythical power said to have been where the arms of the fated were crafted, has been put on hold, and a lot of things have happened. So our heroes are researching who did what, and you guys will forgive me if I am slightly askew. Is there music? Yeah. It's too much. Okay, there we go. Gotta playing with the music myself today, so I apologize for that. Last week, you guys set up a battle of the Bards because you guys know that there's an adventuring group of defenders that has been stricken from the records. You suspect that they are aiding in these attacks somehow. You also know that there is someone among the faculty that is working with these groups, and their notations have been stricken from the record as well. You haven't quite pinpointed what was specifically the cause of these attacks being targeted, but you know that the ledgers have been tampered with. So we are up to, is it the 7th or the 8th? I'm always a day behind. 7th.
According to the posters, which have been hung up,
Well, then it is the
the
7th.
battle is happening on the 7th. So.
Okay.
Then the 7th it shall be.
We're on the 7th of Apex. So tonight is the Battle of the Bards over at the Hourglass Inn. And then on the 8th, midnight of the 8th going into the 9th, you guys have set up a meeting with someone that is not the Thieves Guild in town, but they are doing transport of items. That was sort of your next backup plan. So you guys have all day to prepare for the Battle of the Bards, or to do something else with your day. Where would you guys like to start? What would you like to do?
Well, we need to get material for the stage still, right?
Yes.
And find someone who can cast that spell to just build a thing.
No, we don't need fabricate. You just need to build a platform.
But like,
It's way more complicated than it needed to be. Fucking spellcasters, man. You just get some hammer and nails, you make a platform, you're fine. It's a battle of the bards in a fucking college town.
That is true.
where would we find lumber?
Well, I have the metal.
We could do it on a metal stage, and that would just be god awful, and we'll die. There's got to be some place that has lumber, right?
I'm sure there's a carpenters guild somewhere in this godforsaken college town.
Or the maintenance building where they keep all the extra planks.
Sure.
All right, set that.
Yeah, so there is a carpentry like a carpenter. It's a large building, sort of like the blacksmith, but another tradesperson, essentially. They keep lumber there. There is no mill in Dorian's Dawn, but there is a mill that is about a day and a half away. And if you guys, in fact, bring up the map, gave you guys a map now. If you bring up the map and you take a look at to the south, to the north, and then to the east, there are some small unmarked like farming communities, and there are some small rivers that are not depicted on the map, because to depict them would be to misrepresent their scale, essentially. So there are some small farming communities that are grow food and provide assistance to the local cities and things like that. So there in fact is a mill there. Oh, I forgot to name that dwarven fortress. Good to know. I'll update that later. So yeah, you guys can go to the carpenter and buy some lumber. I also love that Megan is bringing her community theater director know-how and presence to Saride, where it's
just a platform.
It's just a platform, guys. We just want a platform.
It's just a platform.
Yeah.
Listen, you got a couple of black boxes, put them in the middle. There you go. You got Hamlet. You don't need a stage. You don't need a set. Fuck that noise.
So.
Hey, that's what I did in college.
That's what everyone does in college. And you're like, it's cool. I'll do a deconstructed version of like Everyman. Yeah, you and every other student.
You and every man. You and every man.
Yep. So yeah, we're just a fucking platform. It's fine.
Well, I've been learning how to use carpentry tools from the local carpenter. I don't know how long we've been in Dorian's Dawn since we got back.
At this point, 10 days, so you could check off a week to it if you would like.
And just remind me, how long is the total of that I have to learn?
10 minus your intelligence modifier. In weeks. So 9 weeks, and it is 25 gold per week in materials and lessons and things like that. So
got it. I will notate that down. So, but I can at least take everyone to the person I've been learning carpentry from?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Can I stay back where we are going to have our Battle of the Bands.
Mm-hmm.
Hood up, kind of keep an eye on it all day. See if I can see any sketchy people that I recognize.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Eric and Mars, what are you guys up to?
I could start training you.
That could work.
Training montage.
Okay. So as you guys wax on and wax off,
In the comfort of our own homes.
no judgment. Is there anything else that we need to do before we get to it? Carlos, if you would make me we're going to do a 3-skill challenge for your building materials. And I, in fact, am a carpenter. So,
Can I inspire him?
yeah, you can inspire him.
Okay.
So what would you like me to roll?
So the first one is, so these are all carpentry tool challenges. You are not proficient in carpentry tools, so it'll just be straight ability checks. One is going to be an intelligence-based ability check.
That is an 8.
Okay. One is going to be a strength-based strength-based carpentry tools check.
16.
Okay. And the last one is a wisdom-based carpentry tools check.
7. And these are not with proficiency, right? They're just straight checks.
You're not proficient in the tools yet. Yeah, so
10 for.
so they are straight checks. Good news, bad news. You build the platform. You get the lumber, you get the tools. You go, you start cutting all the wood, and then you realize it's all slightly smaller than you meant for it to be because you forgot to take out the blade width in the cutting. So you go back, you get some new wood, you do it again, it's right. All the actual assembly, you did great. But then with the wisdom check, when you were like percepting essentially how it
He was inspired. You get a D6.
you
Add it.
can
Do
roll a
it.
d6. Roll a d6 on, and you strength you succeeded, so you can add it to wisdom or intelligence. It's up to you.
What I say it was a 7 for
And an
wisdom.
7 and an 8. 8 for
And an
intelligence.
8. I'll add it to the... Fuck. Wisdom.
Okay. Roll it.
Because
Add it to the wisdom.
this is the perspective, right?
Yeah, this is like fitting it
Okay.
in the space. Yeah.
Did you just get a 1? You
1.
dipshit. Come
I
on.
just got a 1.
I'm going to die on this stupid platform that you built.
I can revive you. You're fine.
No. He's not building it tall enough that you could fall off of it. Come on now. We've all been to a college theater.
Yeah.
It's not tall enough to die. Yeah, like it's barely a step up. Like it's
Just
like
gonna fall
8 inches
through
off
it.
the ground.
It's tall enough to need one of those like extra sets of stairs
Mm-hmm.
so I can trip up them.
So
Yes.
it is. So yeah, it's only like 3 feet high. It's not very high. There's a step. Everything is built really well, but so you had to do it twice because you cut twice and you only measured once. So sorry. And then when like it's getting towards closer to showtime, you're moving everything into the outdoor space. There's kind of a fence and we did say there was like an open air area for the summers. It is summer now. So like your platform, you went for like kind of a nice square like rectangle, but it doesn't quite fit in the corner correctly. Like the corner tapers in, so it's a little janky sticking out, and then you try the angle, and basically you futz with it for about twice as long as you honestly wanted to. It's going to cost you guys, let's say, 10 gold pieces in lumber and nails and all the rest of that. So
Got it.
I'm sorry.
it's honest, like, anybody else probably doesn't know. Maybe the bards that actually play on stages, they might know, but like most of the people that are coming to watch, they don't know.
I mean, it looks as good enough as the platform that I've seen before in the past. Sure, why not?
Sure.
I know. I'm judging you. I love you a little less.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll make it up to you later.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So you guys are doing training. What are you training in? What training are you doing?
Well, at least just to explain it, because my nose stuffed up and I can't really do the accent at the moment.
Sure.
Pretty much just asking Sirach to teach me some more rangery stuff, because I at least noticed that when it comes to ranged combat, I'm a little lacking. But I also traded him the swords from House Elrain as kind of a payment for training.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But also to give him something that he can use in melee when things get right up in his face.
And go on. I'm sorry.
You go ahead, please.
Those. Do you have a? So you wanted to do more ranged, yes?
In fact, I got a light crossbow here and some bolts. So I'm not great at it, but I would gladly take some pointers.
Double training.
Do you want to put an apple on your head and me try to shoot it or something? Like, I don't know how this works.
No. I mean, Clever Stitch is possibly the best, and I don't know if I'd even trust him with that. No, we'll just aim at targets maybe.
Okay.
Wonderful. Let's go into the forest. Low key, where I'm at my best. And I'm gonna find a clearing within the forest, and I'm going to set up on like the base of some trees a few like targets to kind of aim for. Tara, are you planning on using when you said you wanted to be better, a little bit more range, did you want to what did you want to use?
Well, I've had this short bow that I've had on me for a little bit now. Figured may as well knock some of the rust off of it. Yes, I know wood can't rust. Just expression, I mean. Sorry, I haven't had my whiskey this morning. I'm a little out of it.
Morning? Never mind. Cool. All right. So this is how it's done. And with that, I'm going to try and be very cool with my bow and arrow and get a bunch of really cool hits in trees.
Okay, make some make me two checks. Make me a performance check and make me an attack roll.
All right, that will be performance. This will be attack. So I haven't had my whiskey this morning either. That was a natural 1 on the attack, and a 6 because it was a 7 minus 1 for performance.
Okay. So you don't I mean, it's a natural 1. Here's what I'll say: you don't completely miss the tree. You glance the tree, but when you let go of the drawstring, I don't know, grabbed the wrong string or something. When you strung the bow today, So you kind of did like a bird flap and landed, and you released the arrow, and it smacked your hand. So you drop the bow and start like cursing, and the arrow sort of yeah. So like you didn't put your bracer on or something, like you just yeah.
Oh, I got like that arm burn that goes across.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Or when there's an overly tight bow and when you let go of the drawstring, it'll hit the part of your hand. Yeah. And that
Yep.
Been there.
stings like a bitch. So you're like,
Yes,
"Ah,
we do.
that's mm-hmm.
So do you want us to do it the same way, like with the like pain and everything? Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I can jump that high.
I mean, one learns through pain.
okay. I will attempt the pain thing.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it a shot too.
Okay. Make attacks and performance checks.
All right, so the attack was a 19 total, and the performance I rolled a 4, so it's a 3.
Okay. Super good at performing, these guys are. Carlos?
Did you get a nat 20?
Or was it a nat 1?
Did you get a nat 1?
2 natural ones in a row.
I'm very glad that these men are not performing in our Battle of the Bards. Let me make it very clear. With their performance today, I'm very glad that it's not them.
Oh, and here I was going to multi-class into Bard later.
Oh no.
Hey, I learned as I saw.
Exactly as you saw.
I'm crying.
So what was your performance was a 1. Was that your attack modifier? Your attack roll?
Both.
Both. You double nat 1?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Thozen, I'd like you to roll. What were you shooting? A longbow? A D8?
Was if he was, it was a crossbow.
Okay. Are you practicing on your crossbow, or are you learning like a longbow or a short bow? Roll the damage for whatever you shot.
Okay. I would say that I'm practicing the light crossbow because I never use it.
Okay.
And I'm learning range weapons, so I'll roll that.
Okay.
That's when I roll high. 9.
9. So, Talroth, your chicken dance is almost offensive to the Aarakocra, and to the ravens and mockingbirds that are in the forest. They may remember you in the future to caw chidingly at you. Thozen, but Talroth, you hit the target. You hit it very well. Nicely done. Thozen, you step up. You load the hand crossbow. You fall mid flappy dance, and as you are prone, the trigger goes off on the crossbow and bounces off one of the branches of the tree and just shoots right back down, and you shoot yourself with your hand crossbow
This is why
for
you don't shoot it in the air.
9
Thozen, come
points
on.
of piercing damage.
Ow!
Sirach is going to look around at what has just happened with such shock
What he
as,
wrought.
as to how 3 competent fighters who have taken down some interesting beings are being bested by a group of trees. And he will look around and say, well, now that we all understand the pain, let's try taking maybe a couple of steps towards the trees.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
No, the first time is always it's tricky. It is tricky. I mean, Tauroth, good job. You hit the tree.
My
Give
dance
me a
was bad,
sec.
wasn't it?
Hmm?
My dance was bad, wasn't it?
Uh, yeah. Let's take a couple of steps closer to the trees and try it.
Let me
And
pull this out of my leg before I take a step forward.
that might be good. You know, let me help you out there. And I'll do a quick cure wounds on you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Roll the d8, add your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, that'll be 6 points of healing.
Okay.
Yeah. As Sirach is casting the spell, I'm gonna start paying a lot closer attention to that
Mhm.
because, like, okay, magic. Rangers do magic. Okay,
Mhm.
I might be able to pick up on that.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, rangers do not have a spellcasting implement, so they, in fact, use the material components in their spells. So, as you're watching him, I'm looking up the material components for cure wounds because I've never actually looked for that one in specific. Because usually, if they don't.
I don't know if it has.
I think it's
material
verbal
component.
somatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of spells even have a material component if they don't use it. It's just like Fireball. You got to have some bat guano. But
Yeah.
hope you have it.
Yep.
Or a wand or a staff or like. So I always think Dragon Age or Harry Potter, where it's like you got a wand, so you use that. You don't use the random nonsense. So yeah, it is verbal somatic. So you hear him speak a few words and touch the wound, and it doesn't look like a lot, but there's a bit of sort of glow, and you're familiar with the healing magic, but you've never really taken the time to see it from beforehand. So are we doing another round of shooting and performing to see if we redeem ourselves, or are we moving on?
I'm afraid.
100% second round.
Okay, second
Closer
verse.
to the trees.
Hopefully not same as the first. Sirach, why don't you give them an example to follow? Or are you just teaching by dictation?
No, I did just roll. So my performance was a 4, but my attack was a 13 plus 9. So yeah, 22.
22. So with a 4, you guys are starting to hear the birds of the forest be like mocking almost. Tauroth, you watch the dance, the flapping, and you're like, I hope I didn't look like that, because if I looked like that, I feel bad about it. Like, I'm uncomfortable with it. But you, Tarak, you rolled, what did you roll to hit?
I rolled, double check on D&D Beyond. Plus 9, so 13 plus 9 for 22.
Absolutely. You get a good solid hit in the tree. Shooting trees as targets is actually pretty difficult because they are rounded. So getting like a solid notch in a tree is good. It's not quite bullseye, but it's definitely in like the 10 ring, 9 ring for shooting, like at a target would be. So yeah, you put it where you want it, and it is a very well shot arrow. Boys, let's see if you can follow suit.
I'll let Talroth go first.
All right, so the attack roll was a 23, but the performance was a grand total of. I rolled a 3 and I have a -1 charisma.
Okay. Talroth, you perform your dance. You take your shot. It sticks very close to Sirach's, slightly, maybe like an arrowhead with like closer to the center. It's a really good shot. And as you're kind of looking, as you turn to Sirach to check in with him, you start feeling these like acorns drop on you.
What in the hell?
Ah!
Hey, Sirach, did I do something wrong there?
Well, you know that the stance that I'm using is a little bit more for I mean, it was taught to me by my parents, so it's a little bit of my people. I wonder if maybe the beginning of the stance, the moving around, wasn't necessarily helpful for you as a half elf.
So maybe I should try something a little different then. Gotcha.
Yeah, you know, a little more maybe of that, you know, that graceful flourish that you have.
Graceful flourish. All right. I think I'm getting the idea now.
All right, Thozen, before Talroth goes again, Thozen, what do you do? While they're talking, I'm guessing you take your shot.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Since he was making the stage and now he's shooting arrows, are we anywhere near each other?
Do you want to be?
Well, now I feel like I have to be.
So what we'll say is this. He built the stage. We'll say that the Hourglass Brewery is towards the edge of town, right?
Yep.
So it's not like a deep wood. They're not outside of the city limits. But very much, there's probably a retention pond back there. There are some trees around there. So they're sort of like in the back area where some woods are. So even from the stage, you could go, you could kind of see them.
Okay. I'm just gonna use them all on this fucking training video. Yeah, inspiration. Please don't shoot yourself anymore. This is ridiculous.
So what am I adding, a D6?
Yes. Please crit on it now.
It's not a crit, but it's 25 to hit.
You do hit. You're as close to dead center as really you can be, other than like a natural 20. So yeah, the shot goes extremely well. How'd the dance go?
13?
Hey, okay, yeah.
Finally, someone's listening.
I learned from injury.
Yeah, it it looks like a competent shooter with just a slight flourish to it. You get like kind of a quick reload on it afterwards. Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, now that was fantastic.
Don't ask me to do it again.
I think that might definitely be a good start for the day, for this session.
All right. So you guys gather up at the Hourglass Brewery. Are you guys doing anything in the hours leading up to the Battle of the Bards?
I am.
Oh, that's right. Clever Stitch. You've
running
been
perimeter.
Okay, you've been watching. You've been keeping an eye out. Roll me a percentile.
Okay, I have not touched any of you dice today. These ones, be good, please. For the love of God. 86.
You lose 86 gold.
That's fine.
Just be glad I'm not there to be able to touch your dice, because 2 nat ones in a row. That's how you do
Yeah,
it.
I'm very glad. I'm very glad that I don't have to kick you out of the room so that I can roll my dice.
Yeah, it's like a
There's a, re- there's a
0.05%
reason.
chance.
Yeah.
You're welcome. If it's gonna Murphy's Law, that's me.
Yeah, as you are there, there's a fair number of people that kind of come and start like asking questions about the battle, about like how where to sign up, things like that. You make me an insight check.
Ooh. Oh, never mind. I'm proficient in that. Still not very good, but I'm proficient. How about this one? Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay, nice. As you're watching, you don't see the bard that you were looking for, but you do see a gnome that is does not look like a performer, but he does the clothing he's matching, the clothing he's wearing sort of matches in color and style, very much to the bard that you had seen. The bard wore a very distinctive color of green and gold trim and had sort of a bluish vest on. But the shirt and cloak of this gnome does similarly. It's almost identical in color and style. So you could sort of see that they probably have teamed up before. There's just something about it that tells you this is. There's something about this guy that that says he is a part of that world.
All right, and about what time is this that I see him in comparison to the show?
So the show isn't scheduled to start until what time did you put on the flyer? 7, 8?
Sunset.
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 So yeah, like 7:30, 8, because we're in the middle of summer, so sunset's pretty late. So he's around in the afternoon, but there is like a sign up for the bards, and you see him come in. He talks to Quick a little bit. They have a couple of conversations. You can see he's talking about the flyer. You don't really overhear because the hourglass is so busy just throughout the day.
Sure.
And you do see him go over to the sign up and put a name down.
I will wait until after this person has left the building to go see what the name is, and also talk to Quick.
Okay. Yeah, when you go over, you check out the sign up sheet. It is that's super frustrating at the moment. So the guy's name that he put down is called Star Song.
Wow, I hate that. Okay, sure. Pretentious. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, it's an L Star Song. Yeah.
Gross. All right. Cool. Quick. I have a quick question for you.
All right. What sort of question do you have?
The person you were talking to a few minutes ago, as a star song, I think.
Oh.
The gnomish fellow with the green and gold and.
Oh. 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 That doesn't really sound like his name. That sounds odd. That's weird.
Well, that's the name he put down on the bard thing, so it might be a stage name.
Maybe it is.
Might
Maybe it
be
is a stage.
incognito.
I mean, his Lord, I hope he doesn't sing. His voice was awful. I mean, really just
Oh,
sort of.
had you not heard it before?
Not really. I've seen him around every once in a while. He doesn't come in here very often, to be honest with you. I've seen him around town. You know, us short folk, you get to see each other in the eye, so it's exciting. You're sort of like, ha ha,
Sure.
you're down here with me. And they're like, yeah. So,
That seems very exciting. Yes. Do you know? Do you know anything about him and who he may associate with?
and let me see. I honestly, I've only really run into him a couple of times. Usually, I run into him out around. He's gonna describe a part of Dorian's Dawn where adventurers do get certain gear pieces. It seems to
Okay.
be near the herbalist apothecary, and like brewer. So down in sort of the potion area of town. That's where Quick has run into him before. For Quick to buy ingredients in some of his special brews and just
Sure.
different medicines and things like that. But he does tell you he's actually pretty new in town. He hasn't been here very long. I think a couple of months maybe. Like I said, I don't really know the fellow. I'm so sorry, but
All right.
yeah.
That's fine. I appreciate your help in all that you do.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. All right. And you bug out. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Quick is there. Is there anything else? The rest of the day, you see people coming and going, Clever Stitch, but nothing that is terribly nefarious or
All right.
seems to be pertinent to the immediate quest. If you want to keep an eye out for like competition, I guess you could do that, but it's
No, I'm mostly focusing on trying to track down the prey.
Yep, good times. So that's what you get as far as prey tracking goes.
All right. I will tell everyone before the show starts. Look out for Star Song. I think that's our man.
That's really his name.
I think it's like a stage name.
Still, that's disgusting.
I
Yeah.
am not the one who made it up, so I would agree, but I don't know. Bards are sometimes a little over the top and gross. Not all of them, but some of them are, and you, however, are not.
I was doing this for work before. Now it's just going to be fun.
Also, apparently there was a gnome. The gnome is the one that came to, or half
750 gold grand prize.
We do have that.
No,
Oh,
it's coming
wow.
out of my phone.
Oh.
We'll
oh,
see.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's not going to matter. I'm winning it, but
Oh,
Damn.
one job. I have one job on the ship.
Okay. Please continue. I apologize. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
you're good. The person that came was a gnome, although that was not who I saw the other day. But and I will describe the cloak and the colors, and I think that that is what we need to look out for.
Does that sound familiar to me? The colors?
Make a history check.
Okay. Sorry. 23.
23.
Yeah.
A lot of troops do have sort of a signature color scheme, things along those lines. It doesn't strike you as memorable from your past, but they're I'm going to say that you have probably heard rumors about a bard or a troupe that a bard that travels with sort of like a sideshow troupe attraction. Not quite festival or circus that big, but people that do a little more like street performers. But they have a reputation, a couple of them, for putting on good shows, and then they usually do some sort of large scale nighttime event before skipping town out of a city. So what else would you guys like to do? Are we ready to get into bard a battling?
I'm just saying, she's coiled more copper.
Okay.
But she's turned them into rings
Mm-hmm.
and bracelets and like armbands, and she's changed dresses so you can actually like see some skin.
Okay.
But she's just loaded up on message
Okay.
in case something happens. Yeah. Her skin's starting to turn green. It's great.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna change up my outfit just a little bit, and just pretty much I'll just be kind of wandering through the crowd, just kind of keeping an eye out for people.
Okay. Great. So, if there's no other preparations to be made, I would like one of you to, so right, since this is your Jimmy Jam, when you get the chance, roll me a percentile, please.
$38.
38. Okay. Pretty good. So there are, for 750 gold pieces, there are so many people that turn out that it is standing room only. You get probably God, yeah, like I'm gonna say 40, just to round it up. Like after 40 entrants, you're like, fuck it, we can't take any more performers. How are we gonna get through 40 people in a night, right? So, so that's about where you cap it off. You guys take in 2 silver pieces a head, up to as many as the outdoor venue can hold. I'm gonna say it's probably 150 people, maybe. Thousand, I need you to make me an emergency carpentry check for strength, a strength-based carpentry check.
Strength based. That
Yep.
is A 6.
That is a 6. Okay, so the stage is, so you guys weren't expecting to have to like see people out in the yard beyond the like, you were like, oh, we're gonna do this area. We just need a small stage. No, you're like very quickly trying to like shove beams up underneath it to like get it up higher. Quick is kind of panicking because you know, if you guys don't, a lot of people came to see music, hear music. You know, are any of you going to try to collect for money admission from people that are not within the like official sitting area? Talroth's given me a big yes. Sirach, what are you up to? Well, Talroth, roll me persuasion check as you are doing that. And then Sirach, let me know what you are up to.
All right, so that is a total 15 for persuasion.
Okay, nice. You do a pretty good job of convincing people to pay, and you let them know, hey, we're gonna boost up the stage. You're gonna be able to see it. You're gonna be able to hear it. Like, you're out there selling and hyping. So you continue. Are you going to charge them the full 2 silver, or are you going to go for like a 1 silver discount because they're in the standing seats?
If they're cooperative, 1 silver discount. Also, if they're cute, 1 silver discount. Guy or girl, doesn't matter if they're cute.
Sure.
But if they start giving me attitude, I'm not even bringing up the discount.
Okay. Sure. Roll me a percentile to see how many are cute enough or cooperative enough for the discount.
54%.
54. Okay. So we're gonna say there's like another 100 people out there, or I think that's a fair assessment. So 54 of them, 54 silver right there. For the other 46, 2 silver. Normal price for them. Thousand's out there collecting things. So Rock, what are you up to?
So I want to be sort of the eyes in the sky, because I know because Clever Stitch just told us what the guy he recently saw looked like and what the guy he saw before looked like. So I kind of want to keep an eye out, see if I can see them when they get there, whom they talk to, that sort of stuff.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Not good, guys. It is perception. That'll be a total of 6.
Okay. Total of 6.
Rolled a natural 1.
You see all the people, but you keep getting distracted by things that are the things that are interesting to watch, but just not pertinent, right? You see a couple of like the bards practicing. You see some guys that like want to be bards. They clearly have no like rhythm. They just are like desperate to try to like win 750. You know, they're the college kids. They're like, fuck it, we're entering. We're gonna go like bring a bucket and some sticks for like a jug drum band or something like that. You're seeing maybe somebody that is like trying to pickpocket people. You're watching this one guy who's real kind of skeezy, hitting on people. You're watching all the classic party events, right? The girl that is only talking to people so that they'll buy her a drink, and she's getting like oddly sloppy as the day is going on. You know, so you're seeing all this and you're like, oh, whoa, that's interesting, but nothing that is actually pertinent to the mission. Unfortunate.
All I'm saying is I have a 15 for my passive.
Oh.
Yeah, and if somebody tries to sneak up on you or something like that, then yeah, you just
100%.
you just don't recognize the Star Song or the little gnome dude whose picture I did post in the chat. Okay.
Yes.
Everybody got that.
Do we have a green room for the bards
No,
by any chance? Like
you
a place to collect them before they go on?
I think. Well, you tell me. How would you like to do that? There is no official room, and it's so compact. You might be able to like stuff them behind the Hourglass Inn, back in like the. I'm gonna just floor to describe it. The swamp retention area. You know that brief field before.
Yeah. If
Gross underbrush.
If we can, I would like to try and jam as many of like a come here to check in and wait before you go on, because I want to keep an eye on all of the bards coming in so that I can try and keep an eye out for Star Song.
Cool. Make a percentile roll.
All right, don't fuck me. 39.
39. Yeah. So of the 40 of them, you get 39%. You get a fair amount. Now just roll me a. I'm gonna roll something in secret.
Okay.
So we will see if you get the Star Song in there. Okay. Yeah, you actually do collect him. He shows up. You do recognize him also by the colors of his clothes. He is a striking elven bard, long blonde hair. You can tell he's done a little bit of. A lot of people are either in like stage makeup or they're in like glamours, sort of magical visages to aid in the performance and things like that. You can tell is he is a professional performer. His is done very well. So,
Right.
yeah, but there's a fair number of bards out there that you are just. You can't hunt them down. Like they kind of check in and then they're like, all right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check on my friend. No, I'll be here before showtime. Excuse me. And then they're like fucking gone. And
fucking performers.
Right?
God.
You're trying to stage manage people that you've never met. It's awful. It's terrible. It's just the worst.
Okay. So as long as we collected Star Song though, that's where I will be to keep an eye out.
Yeah, absolutely. You do collect him. That's right. Is there anything you would like to say at the beginning of the night for the performers or performances, or who's emceeing this bad? Oh, is it Fable?
Fable said she's emceeing, so.
Okay. Well, Fable gets the show underway. Okay. Are you going on last, or are you guys going in some sort of random order?
I don't know.
We have what, 40, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we have us go like 26 or some shit, and have Star Song be? I don't know. What was our plan on how we were going to capture him afterwards? Are we capturing him? Are we chasing him down?
We never made it that far.
Would you guys like to do a flashback?
I thought that you guys might have talked about that last week.
Would you like to do a flashback and you discuss your plan?
Yes, please.
A la Honey Heist, definitely.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I remember this one time.
So
Earlier in the day,
Alright.
just after Thozen has shot himself, and you guys are recuperating your arrows, the stage is set and all of that. Please, you guys can go for it.
all right, so we have the stage set. People perform. We give them 750 gold at the end. Preferably, we keep that gold because we give it to you, Saride. And this mysterious bard shows up. He performs. Do we let him go and follow him discreetly? Do we tackle him at the end and it was all a farce and we've tackled you and captured you? Do we not let him perform at all?
If you'd like, I could try to talk to him backstage and get some information.
It's not a
Well,
bad
we're waiting.
idea. The one thing that I do worry about is whenever I first encountered this bard, he was performing Wonderwall, which was a thing to be concerned about in the first place. But
And his name is Starsong.
the second thing I was concerned about is that I wasn't chasing him. I was chasing, I believe he was a half orc, and I believe that this bard used some magic to help the runaway thief blend into the crowd and perhaps change his appearance. And if we let this bard perform and then let him leave, there's no particular telling that he will stay appearing as he was at the show, and then we can't track him down.
You're right.
But I don't know what to do.
I don't.
So I might have this one in the bag.
All right.
One of the things I can do is I can kind of mark my prey. Like if I'm hunting something, I can pay attention and have really good knowledge of where it is and about it, and also it's easier for me to track it.
All right.
Ooh,
And
that is damn useful.
And I can make it last for about an hour.
All right.
So
if we have
seeing
him
on
perform,
stage,
if we have him perform close to the end, I don't know how long this will be. Probably longer than an hour. If I've ever been to a concert, literally ever. So we could have him perform second to last, and then
as
track
he's
him.
exiting the stage, I'd be able to cast it on him.
Would he know that he's had something cast on him?
One second. Range, mystically marked creature, D6, target, hit attack, you have advantage, check, you may, target drops 0 hit. It doesn't say anything about they notice, and all it takes is some verbal components and 90 feet.
All right. Perfect. Are we, just to be clear, are we only giving out one award? There's no runner-up, second runner-up, best in show, best...
No. There's one.
Thank
if
God.
you start taking in some of your own money, then you can.
No.
I'm
I'm wanting to make sure that there isn't an hour and a half of award ceremony after the competition.
No, it's a battle of the bards. If you ain't first, you're last.
Thank God. All right. Then yeah, I think that would be. I think that's the plan. Let him perform last or second to last. Maybe second to last, just so that he doesn't think it's suspicious and catch wind of anything.
Just for my edification, did we just want to talk with him, or what is it we wanted from him specifically? Because do we think he's doing the memory thing?
the reason that we came across him was because we were trying to get to. Hold on, I have his name. Give me just 1 second. Alan McLaren, the head of the anthropology, and as Treasure and I were going over there, we saw that his door, the lock on his door, had almost been picked, and we sort of interrupted it, we think. And I was able to find this orc, and I chased him. Then there was the Wonderwall Bard, and he went into the crowd, and then Wonderwall Bard changed him into something else, and then I at least think he is the connection to finding out why this thief was trying to break in, and theoretically steal the key to the stuff. To the
ledgers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
At
yeah,
least.
we definitely want to get him to talk to him. All
Yeah,
right.
at least that's what my red string conspiracy theory board says, as you can see here.
I'm gonna make that a magic item one day. The
It's-
conspiracy board.
Every single one of my characters will get it, no matter who they are, how intelligent they are. At some point, a conspiracy will be made.
Or I want it to be the red string of mystery, right? So whatever mystery you have, if you tie it onto somebody or something, it will become entangled in the mystery in some
God
way.
bless.
You won't know how until the very end, but it will.
God bless.
It's going to be the difference between like any one of those mystery boards on Castle versus any of the ones made by Charlie Day and.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what the mail does?
This dance break's brought to you by Cola Raving.
Cola Riving, the new, freshest sensation that reached the nation. Cola Riving, the best drink anyone can have.
Cola arriving. The fragrance brought to you by. I don't have a person. The fragrance is brought to you
Just
by.
so you know, also I had that all going on at the same time. I had the Twitch stream going, and the delay really messed with me.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, Cole. So Carlos has had some technical difficulties. It's been a struggle that we have been trying to help him through for a while. We got an hour of solid stream out of him. We're going to continue to try to help him through that. We miss Carlos, but we are also happy to have Cole with us. So welcome in, Cole. You guys have just finished planning your heist or kidnapping, adult napping, star song napping, whatever it may be. Back to the present time. Is that what we're saying?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's get
Why
into
not?
it. Okay. So Fable has begun emceeing the events of the evening. The crowd is raucous. You guys have started a few minutes late because nothing ever starts on time. We are sorry. It's a fantasy, but it's not that much of a fantasy. So the crowd is very anxious and sort of eager to get into the excitement of the performances for this evening. Let's see. So you are putting Star Song on second to last?
Yes.
Okay. What number is Saride going on?
Somewhere in the back half, but close to the middle, maybe?
Yeah. Lower
Okay.
middle.
Okay.
20,
30,
20
32, somewhere around there.
There are 32?
40.
There.
There are 40.
What?
Because 750 gold is a lot of gold for a grand prize, my dude.
Yeah,
That
man.
makes sense.
You guys you're setting somebody up on a poor life schedule, like one for years. You know.
But also we're offering gold to college students.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
we're offering money to college students for singing a little bit. I fell prey to that. Come on, everybody.
So we're running like Draktian Idol?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys are.
Welcome to The Voice.
You didn't roll good enough on the carpentry check to have spinning chairs. I'm sorry. That's just the truth.
Damn it!
I know.
don't have a red button to. Damn it!
Next
I want
time.
off this ship.
This is the proof of concept. That's what's going on here. So I am going to, in secret, here roll some checks for people.
Did Cody have to like come up with like 40 bards now?
I'm not rolling for 40 of them because 30 of them aren't going to be worth anything. Come on, guys. 40 musicians show up. You're going to tell me that more than 10 of them aren't in the aren't like potentials to win?
Fair.
Right.
No,
like,
honestly, 10
No,
is
they're not.
generous.
Yeah, it's like 10 is super generous.
Yeah.
With like 40, normally it's like 4.
Yeah.
4 of them might be winners.
Right. Especially if we're looking for like a 1 grand prize winner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Cole, you are accompanying Olarun, you're accompanying Saride on your violin. Nice. Then I would like to start with you, Mr. Olarun, making me a performance check, a violin proficiency, charisma-based performance check. Or,
Okay.
so I will give you a choice. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. You can do charisma or dexterity. Charisma, you are attempting to perform with her. Dexterity is purely the like, I'm going to back up and just fiddle.
Well, I think performance check is more his speed at this moment in time.
Great.
And I can add my proficiency bonus to it.
Are you proficient in the instrument you are playing?
I am.
Then yes, you may. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. Ooh. That's a 14.
Okay. Total of 14. Okay, so you're better than 30 of the 40, but your performance is helpful. It is sufficient. It does enhance. But it's not quite enough to give her advantage. But what I am going to it succeeded. You get advantage on your performance checks, right? As he helps you.
Not 16.
Okay. 16 with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been 10.
Ooh.
Okay. Double checking. Okay. So you guys, you get up there. You give a good performance. People enjoy it. As the night is going on, I'll let you know the first person that gets up there that can really perform is like clearly a student amateur. Is somebody that isn't like a trained bard, but they can belt super well. So they're the first ones to like really get the crowd going. There are some solid performers throughout the rest of the night.
What's like the diva of karaoke, like that person?
Kinda, yeah, but not with the pretension of it. Like it just like so they were humble enough when they stood up. Go ahead, Sarai.
It's that one time you and I went to Rising Star, and this girl got up there in her work clothes still, like jeans and a polo shirt. Really quiet, really unassuming. Fucking killed Superstition.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable how good she was out of nowhere, and then was just thank you, okay, bye. I'm like,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah.
That happened.
The other people that perform are there's some solid performers that come through. There is one guy that is like he's clearly trained, but he gives a performance as good. So we're talking like in the 21 range of performance checks at the moment, but he's like just doing the wrong genre, right? He's like thrash metaling his way through this, and people are like, "That's really awesome." It's also not what we want to hear at the moment. So please, if you could not, that'd be good. Let me see. Starsong kills it. Starsong does a great job. They just rolled a natural 19 plus 6, so 25. However, they are not the winner. They are not the winner. There is another troubadour sort of traveling through that is in her stylings and performance is enthralling. And for a moment, each of you has sort of the fear of like magical tampering or something along those lines. But no, she just performs super well. Tarak, you at the appropriate time cast Hunter's Mark.
Correct.
Is there anything else you guys are doing during the performance?
Well, during certain performances, I would have probably been riling up the crowd a little bit to get some heckling going on.
Oh, right. Hold on. That's right. Oh, okay. Because of the building check, I have to check something. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, so that girl that gets up there, guys are like, "Oh man, this is amazing." Right? This is so good. She stops. The crowd is going nuts. They're like banging on the stage, right? And everybody's like shaking. They're yelling. Feet are stomping, and then you just hear, "Ah!" And she falls as the stage collapses under the weight. She pops up only scraped and bruised. But if the performing didn't do it, then the fact that she got the stage fell on her would have won her the sympathy vote for sure. What level do you cast Hunter's Mark at?
So the highest I can cast it is at level 2, and so I don't get the 8 hours of tracking until I can cast it at level 3 or 4.
Okay, so how long does it last?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. Is anybody else doing something during the performances?
Yeah, besides just kind of picking a few people here and there to just start kind of heckling some of the other performers, just kind of get a rise out of people. Yeah, I'm gonna find some people who look like they might not have paid the cover and just take the cover out of their pockets.
Sure, make a sleight of hand check.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you collect another 10 silver pieces, 20 silver pieces. Or unless you're trying to pickpocket just whatever you can get and not the cover specifically.
Yeah, I'm not going to push my luck too hard. I'll just get like making sure it's like I didn't see you come in through, so I'll just kind of get the 2 coins out of them.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. As the money, as it wraps up, as you guys are giving up your not my lord, I'm so sorry. As the winner is paid, as Quick is given his cut of the door, the night seems to be rounding down. I will say, Sirach, you've got about 30 minutes left on your hunter's mark. What would you guys like to do?
So, if we're gonna do this thing, we kind of gotta start moving.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Would you like a survival or perception to find him?
At this point, I will take perception.
All right.
'Cause you're-
Because of Hunter's Mark, it is made with advantage.
Perfect. Yeah. I don't think you're trying to track his footsteps or his movements through the wild. I think you're just literally trying to lay eyes on him in the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That'll be 17 plus 5 for 25. No, that's what did I? Don't listen to my math. 22.
Okay. 22. Yeah, you do spot him. He is leaving through the crowd. He does have a couple of friends that are around him. One of them does seem to be the gnome that has the matching sort of uniform. He is there. You can see them sort of talking amongst themselves, bemoaning their loss, complaining, saying it was fixed or rigged, or she intentionally collapsed the stage on herself so that she would get the sympathy for performing those sort of things. Also, with them is a taller woman, and I'm going to put her picture into the chat. And there are. You do also see the orc with them. Yeah, you're gonna see. There's like a total of 5 of them, I believe.
Okay. Can I? And I don't recognize any of them other than from today, right?
Correct.
Cool. I am going to take out about 10 gold from my own personal fund.
Mm-hmm.
And, ooh, she looks like she's got a big hammer. 10 gold from my personal fund. And I want to fly to catch up and get, like, in front of them to try to stop them.
Okay. So yeah, you take off flying past them. You do get about 20 feet in front of them, so they are walking towards you now. What is everybody else up to in this moment?
I would have been trying to follow Sirach along, hood up, trying to keep myself out of sight, but just kind of keep an eye where he's going, following along.
Okay.
I want to stay behind them so that if they turn around to run, they run into me instead.
Okay. Talroth, give me a What a check should it be? I'll take athletics. See if you, just as you push your way through the crowd, try to get around in front.
That's an 8.
Okay. You're more along the side of them than being able to get around to the front of them, unfortunately, but you are still pretty close. So you're just not in the exact position you were hoping to be in. So there are the portraits of all of them. Just a reminder for what the team looks like. Saride, Olarun, what would you guys like to do?
So I guess after I do my accompaniment, I'd probably try and help everyone try and figure out what's going on as much as possible. So I'd probably go wherever I need to go to not where I'm not sneaking and trying to like creep up on somebody.
Okay.
If I have to look like hired muscle, I can do that.
Okay. So you guys are they're trying to encircle this bard as the crowd is leaving, as the venue is exiting, right? So it's a big group of people. A lot of people are sticking around. There's still about half the crowd is leaving after the end of the scenario. Saride, what would you like to be doing?
So in theory, while we were backstage, I was chatting with Star Killer, whatever the fuck his name is.
Starsong? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Star-Lord?
Just like brief chit chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What would you like to talk with him about?
I don't know. How's the weather? Do you like the retention pond? I like that loot. That's a nice loot. Like my loot, it looks like yours. I don't know. Fucking people shit. And then I don't want it to be all of us converging on this guy at once. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and I'll bamf up there if it seems like I need to. I guess. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
So
Sounds good. So yeah, Starsong and his entourage are making their way out. They're leaving the venue at the moment. Turok, what would you like to do?
I wasn't trying to be stealthy at all when I flew up. I just want to walk up to the bard Starsong, and I'll just be like, Mr. Starsong,
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know I'm pretty sure you should have won that. I don't have much, but here's 10 gold. Really, your performance, it was really good.
I appreciate that. You're quite the quite the mature ear. You can definitely tell talent when you hear it. And he's going to reach out and sort of definitely scoop up your 10 gold. And you see him sort of pass it off to the gnome who is on the side there. And the gnome, with an odd bit of dexterity and control over coins, sort of rolls them, each of them, through his fingers, checking their purity of gold and things along those lines. What did you say your name was?
Oh, my name is Sirach.
Turok.
Yeah, Sirach. That's so. Are these guys like your posse, or it was only you up on stage?
Friends, fellow performers at times. They each
And I'm
have
gonna-
their own. Go ahead.
Sorry, I would just be immediately I would cut him off and be like, "Ooh," and look at the gnome and be like, "What do you play?"
I don't really play anything, but I've been known to wow and amaze with feats of alchemical mastery.
Ooh, I'm pretty good at whistling, see?
And he doesn't respond. Starsong just sort of goes, "That was so good, Sirach. We really do appreciate it. However, we're going to be going now, so but I'll tell you what, since you've been
Yeah.
such a fan, and he is going to pull his lute and sort of and tinkle a couple of notes out on it, and it makes this very very interesting sort of melody as he does, and and you think for a moment that something is circling behind you. You sort of get this feeling like something is creeping, maybe to sort of grab your purse, your coin purse off the side, and you like Starsong for a moment hits hits a couple more notes, and you're slightly distracted, but even still, as you're turning to catch one of his friends from essentially picking your pocket, the string on the harp snaps, and he'll sort of, "I'm so sorry, Sirach. I wanted to give you a better performance than that, but we do have to be going now, so excuse us."
Are you guys gonna be around here, or are you guys more like the traveling type?
We tend to travel, although we've been in Dorian's Dawn for, well, at least a day. So it's a pleasure to see you. I'll tell you what, we'll put up a poster next time we're going to perform in town. How's that?
Yes, please.
Wonderful. And he'll lead them off.
And with my time fading, as they are about 70, 80 feet away, I will recast Hunter's Mark on Starsong.
Okay. Yep, it is recast on him. You guys watch as Starsong and his groups, his friends, start to head out. You guys are given the opportunity to regroup and decide what you would like to do.
We follow more?
Do we want to follow, or how do we want to go about this?
I think let's follow and see where they lead us.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
The trail we blaze.
That trail that we blaze.
Yes.
Yeah, make a survival check with advantage for your hunter's mark.
That will be a 23.
Okay.
Because I can math this time.
Yeah, you do follow them. They travel through the city. I will let you know that they seem to go drinking for a couple of hours. None of them seem to be drinking very heavily, but they remain out and remain social. And it's around the midnight hour when they seem to be heading out into the woods. The nearby woods that surround the town. You guys are able to track them even in the dark, even in under these less than ideal conditions. And as you are traveling, you follow them to what is a small river that seems to empty, that the sewers of Dorian's Dawn empty into. It's not very big, maybe 20 feet across. Very small, but during the flood times does rise up, and you guys know that most of these rivers flow towards the town of Nicobaris. Excuse me, Nicobarum, or just that name. Named for excuse me, Emperor Nico, a former emperor of the period of the Empire between republics, a good leader of his time. So you guys have followed them to this alcove. Would you like to follow them into the cave, into the sewers? What would you guys like to do?
All right, I'll just kick my hood up and just start making my way stealthily in.
Same. I'll sneak with him.
Okay. You guys make stealth checks as you are approaching.
$27.
That is a 25.
Yeah. Very, very quietly. Almost so quiet you lose track of each other. But but not quite that bad. You guys are following them into this cave network that seems to roll into the sewer system beneath Dorian's Dawn. The sewers are one part cistern, one part sort of aqueduct, one part sewer. There's a very intricate waterway system beneath the town of Dorian's Dawn that does provide water via fountains to all of the citizens. Each of the colleges and housing areas has its own clean water fountain. It's not quite modern plumbing, but it is a strong magical equivalent, I guess, is a worthwhile way of putting it. As you are following them into the sewers, how far back are the rest of you guys staying? Are you 60, 90, 120?
60? 60.
60?
I'm saying as far enough away that I do not compromise their stealthing ability.
Sure.
I'll be right around up with Saride.
Okay. You guys are about 60, maybe Olaroon is closer to 80 feet back. If you guys can make me stealth checks as well, it's not going to impact their rolls because you guys have separated, but just in case, I'd appreciate it.
That'll be a 14 for me.
Dirty 20.
An 8 with disadvantage.
Okay. Nice. You guys continue to pursue them through the levels. They quickly get out of the runoff area and get into some of the upper levels of those of the sewers and waters and things like that. And you see them start to split into two groups. Starsong traveling with the taller woman that is holding the axe. She sticks close to him. They take a turn that you suspect is going to lead them back beneath the city of Dorian's Dawn. And the other 3, actually make me survival checks, the 2 of you that are up front doing stealth.
Dirty 20.
A 3.
Okay. You guys notice that there are 2 of them, the woman with the hammer and the short gnome, are splitting up, and you've lost track of that orcish hunter. You know that he traveled into the sewer system. There may have been like a secret door or passage somewhere that you guys have passed, at some point he split from the rest of the group. Now there is water that continuously runs sort of between you guys. So if he crossed through that or traveled in that for a length of time, you may not. That's where you may have lost him. So as you guys are pondering which group to follow, you get the chance to kind of regroup. What would you guys like to do?
My initial thoughts would be to follow the ones not going back into the city. Thoughts?
Aren't we interested in that bard though?
Yeah. But if they have like a secret lair outside of the city, perhaps that's the...
Do we think we might want to tell Alvaro that there is a way out of Dorian's Dawn without getting caught?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Like, maybe tell him that first, and then we could roll in with some backup. Because I'll be honest with you, we're not doing so great as far as this whole little operation is gone.
I mean, we're not doing horribly.
Right, but at the same time, what's to say that if we take out now, come back later with reinforcements, they're already gone.
Oh, I don't know. There's not one right way to do any of this. Can any of you get a message to him from here?
Do we have a scroll of sending?
Nope. I think our resident cleric might have had one at one point.
We used it because I remember counting.
Okay.
Or maybe he
Yeah.
just has sending now.
Yeah, he might just have sending. I don't have anything in the loot sheet.
Okay, yeah. Then nope.
Sorry, I thought we had that. My bad.
I think we use it, and what's it called? Message is 120 feet.
Yeah. Well, do we flip a coin? Heads we follow them, tails we go try and get back up?
I never thought I'd say this, but I think Teleroth is right. If we leave now, we might lose them.
Alright.
So which group would you like to follow? Go ahead and make me... I'll take intelligence or wisdom checks. I'll take either one.
17 on wisdom.
Oh, honey.
5 on
17 on
wisdom.
intelligence.
4 wisdom.
Oof.
5 wisdom.
Okay.
Oof.
So the 17s, you guys are sort of thinking about geographically where you've been, where you've gone, which way the rivers are running, and things along those lines. You put together a couple of things pretty quickly. Star Song and his associate are traveling back towards Dorian's Dawn. So they would lead you to whatever entrance or exit they might be using to get in and out of the city. The other team, the gnome and his guard, are probably traveling to wherever their like hideout is, which is going to be outside the city, whatever sort of cave area that they're like living in or staying in or what have you. You guys also, Talroth, you remember tomorrow night, at basically 24 hours from now, or probably 22 after the walking and stuff like that, you're supposed to meet with people that have a organization that is outside the Thieves Guild that has been buying up small boats, and the boats that have been bought would be able to float down this like 20-foot wide underground water base. So it's a not 100%, but it's a good bet that these guys have some sort of connection to that and to that process. If any of that helps inform your decisions.
All right, at least where my head's at. If in all this has to deal with these lovely gentlemen we have to meet tomorrow for whatever little job they might be having us do, I think it's safe bet to not go after them outside the city, and probably best to see what entrance is inside the city. So hell, if even we need to make a getaway, we know where we're going to get back in and out.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right,
Awesome.
so I'm going to peel off and start going down where Starsong went.
Okay.
Yeah, hood up, stealth, quiet, and just go.
Awesome. You guys can give me another round of stealth checks. At this point, you think Starsong and his ally are probably far enough away that they probably can't hear you anyway. But just in case, for caution, it does seem to be worthwhile.
26.
17.
Before I peel off, though, I'm going to go to Olaroon. Hey, one of the big uglies, we lost track of him. Keep your eyes on the back of your head. And then I'm just going to book down with the 26 stealth.
Yeah,
I rolled
same formation as before, I assume, with the two of us up a little bit closer.
I rolled a 13 and a 1.
Oh,
Oof.
So,
fun.
a natural 1 for a 2.
Okay.
I'm not the stealthiest, guys.
Cool.
Cool.
Seven. Sirach, what was yours?
17.
17. Yeah. So as you guys are making your way down the sewers, the cistern area, you come across sort of a crossroads where there is an area where part of the clean water of the underground river, and you guys know that a lot of this sort of flows in from those nearby mountain peaks. It stretches a very long sort of underground aquifer and reservoir that travels days worth of miles. It looks like this is sort of a built-in place where clean water begins to sort of flush the filth out of the city and add it so that it flows. And there are a few other points where the water continues to flow down and out and through and remain clear. There is a small ladder, an iron ladder, set up into this rock face that leads up into some of the cleaner bits after you guys have stepped through. And in your normal marching order, as you guys are traveling through the area, I am going to roll just a natural check, I guess, against your... Nope, not doing that. As Saride and Olaroon start to make their way almost to the ladder, Clever Stitch and Talroth, you guys have made it up the ladder. It's only like 20 feet. Let's call it 10 feet. So it's not terribly tall. And there's the little waterfall there. You guys look back. All of you hear something begin splashing, like sloshing in the water. And from your higher position, you can see. Well, who can see in the dark? Do you guys have a torch?
Dark vision.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's only Bird Boy that's blind at the moment. Okay, so everybody except for Sirach can see the water like something large underneath the water beginning to surface. I'd like everybody to flip for initiative, please. Awesome. Bad guys are on an 8. So up top, Ace, King.
That's me.
Ace, Clever Stitch.
So I see the thing.
You see the thing moving. It hasn't breached the surface yet. If you'd like to make a nature check, you can, but it looks big. It is a large creature. It's ogre-sized or bigger.
Cool. I'll make a nature check to see what it is.
Go for it.
That's a natural 1. Bow, 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 bow.
You think it's salmon. You think it's a school of salmon.
How delicious. I will shoot them to try and spear them for dinner. So I will...
Only because you're a cat am I accepting this as a reasonable reaction.
Perfect. I want fish for dinner, so I will shoot.
Wants a fancy feast.
Yeah.
I want some fancy feast. That's a 12 for the first attack.
It splashes into the water.
Cool. I caught one of them. The second one is a 27 to hit.
So that splashes into the water even better. And you hear this loud gargling sort of underground as this massive otyug breaches the surface of the water.
Oh, cool. Great.
You are not expecting otyug.
No.
Clever Stitch, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 10d8. 7.
7 points of damage. Okay. Nicely done. Who is up
These
next?
things are fucking gross.
I'm on a king.
Okay. Olaroon. Coming in number 2, up top.
Right? That almost never happens. Can I get within... I can't get within melee range of this thing, right?
It's breached the water. I'm going to say it's tentacles. You could swing out and swipe a tentacle. Yeah.
Yeah, because tentacles are gross.
Especially the ones that have eyes in them.
Oh, I hate you. So I'm gonna run up, attack one. Let's see. with my longsword. That's a 17.
A 17 will hit.
Okay. Does 10 points of slashing damage.
10 points of slashing damage. All right, nice. Anything else?
Can I bonus action hex the big thing coming out of the water?
Absolutely.
Okay. I will do that. And I will give it disadvantage on I'll give it disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay, disadvantage on strength checks. There's some visual references for Ugs for you. Okay, that was a king. Anybody between a king and an 8? Saride? Or Talroth?
Yeah, I'm on a 10.
Okay, 10. Your turn.
Thanks, Cody. I hate it.
Blame D&D, man.
All right, has the body come out of the water yet?
Part of it, you don't see the full body, but enough for you to, enough that you could shoot it or try to cut at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much drop off the ladder and just kind of pull out the double bladed and just take a swipe at it.
Okay.
So just the one swipe and then bonus action dash away.
Okay. Sounds good.
Nat 1.
Nat 1. Okay. So yeah, you come down off the ladder, you take the swing. Your double-bladed scimitar smashes into the concrete, and you sort of cringe. You realize, man, you probably blunted that a bit. You're gonna have to sharpen it. So it's gonna take a -1 to damage your next damage roll for this fight. Then you take the disengage action, you move past it without it getting an attack of opportunity. I think that's everything for Talroth. Up next, 8. Bad guy. Otyug. Olaru.
I'm a 9.
Oh, you're a 9. I apologize, Saride. Please go ahead.
Move up some 60 feet.
Okay, yeah,
it.
you're within 60 feet. You want to move away?
No, I want to be within 60 feet.
You absolutely are.
It's, vicious mockery.
Okay, yeah. It's
15
a
wisdom save.
wisdom save. A natural 2. That's going to fail.
Seven damage.
7 damage as your words speak out and carry across the air. It sort of grimaces and grinds its teeth in pain as the psychic damage lays into it. It has disadvantage on its next attack, I believe. Okay. So up first are the tentacles. The first one is going to attack Olaroon. One, because it heard you, and the second one is going to attack Saride. And then if it gets either of you, it'll try to bite you. So, Olaroon and Saride. So, Olaroon, that is a 20 to hit, and a 20 against Saride to hit as well. I believe both of those hit.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like you guys to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Balls.
Six. All right. Both of you are gonna 5.
That's 5.
So you both fail. You're both gonna take 10 points of damage. You guys are both diseased and considered poisoned at the moment.
Those are two separate, diseased and poisoned.
Yes, you are poisoned by disease.
So, but they're two separate conditions.
Yes.
Okay, just I'm checking for things.
For the D&D Beyond, I'm not sure how they put it on there. So
It's just gonna be poison
so
for
just
D&D
poisoned.
Beyond.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, you guys are poisoned. You're poisoned until the disease is cured. Every 24 hours, you repeat the saving throw or reduce your maximum hit points by a certain amount on a failure. If you succeed, the disease is cured. And blah, blah, blah. Oh. Never mind. You're not diseased yet. You're grappled. Now it's going to try to bite you. It's going to try to bite Olaroon. The bite is what has the disease. Olaroon, 11 to hit.
That misses.
That misses. Okay. That is it for the Otyug. 8. 7. Sirach.
Okay, on a 7, is there any way that I can make light in order to see what's going on?
You can pull out and strike a torch if you have one, or a lantern, or if you have any sort of spell or cantrip, so you can do those things. Or if you know the dark vision spell.
Cody, were the attacks against myself and Olaroon a disadvantage?
They were not. So the first attack will hit Olaroon. Second attack against Saride is a natural 20 and a 16. So the 16 plus 6 will still hit. And then the bite missed anyway. So.
Okay. Just
yeah. No, thank you.
Okay.
Please remind me of those things.
If I were to strike a torch, would I be able to just kind of like stick it in the wall of where I'm at so I could see where to shoot?
You don't know if the wall has like sconce holders or anything, but you could drop it on the ground and let it burn.
That would be fine.
It's damp stone, so eventually it'll snuff out the torch, but you're not like dropping it immediately in water. So.
Yeah. Okay, and I have an extra attack feature, so I can't strike and then attack, right?
No, because the extra attack feature only gives you an attack if you take the attack action.
Understood. All right. In that case, I will strike the torch, and I will drop it down the ladder so it can be so it'll illuminate the area where the Ugyug is.
Okay. Yeah, so you strike the torch, you drop it down the area. Any bonus actions for you?
I don't believe so. Ooh, no, I could do that. That'd be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna Hunter's Market.
Okay. You go ahead and Hunter's Market. Great. I believe that's everybody. New round. That is a 7 for the bad guys. If somebody could keep track of that for me. I know a bunch of you were on aces and kings and up top. Who's on an ace? Anybody? King? Queen? King.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot where push to talk was for a second.
It's okay. Go for it, Dalroth.
Yeah, so you know, take a couple swipes and a bite at Olaroon and Saride. I'm just gonna try to kind of spring attack in, slash at it, and then pull myself back out.
Okay.
But kind of putting myself where I'm kind of next to one of them, so I can try to get my sneak attack on it.
Okay.
That is a second nat 1.
Oof. Roll me a percentile.
$61.
Okay. The scimitar doesn't break, but it is going to take another -1 to damage as it continues to blunt. Okay.
And I'll try to use the bonus action to at least bring the other end around that hasn't taken a hit yet.
Okay, so instead of disengaging, you're going to make that second attack. Got it. Do it.
And that is going to be a 16 to hit.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage with your sneak attack.
Total 7.
Total of 7. Alroth,
I rolled low.
you are having a rough minute, my friend. So yeah, you sort of come running over. You swing with the larger end of the scimitar. It sort of swings by and you bring the back of the blade up. It cuts, but it's a shallow cut on the backside of it. Up next, we have Saride.
Was someone else on the king? Okay. Vicious Mockery.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. With a natural 20, that's going to save.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. After Saride, Sirach.
Oh, yes, me. Now that I can see and I
Yes.
have Hunter's Mark on there, I'm going to take 2 shots at it with my bow and arrow.
Okay.
The first shot will be a 12 to hit.
A 12 misses. Its thick hide sort of bounces
Yeah.
that off of there.
Second shot will be okay. That'll be a lot better. That will be a 16 plus 7 for 22.
22.
23.
Absolutely. Yeah,
23,
definitely
yeah.
hits. Yeah.
All right.
Natural
so
armor
with
of
that-
14.
Okay. With that, I will use my planar warrior.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be D8 plus a D8 plus a D6 plus 4. Oh, max damage on that. So 10, 12, 16 damage.
16 damage. Nicely done.
And if it matters, it's all force damage.
Okay. Doesn't, but thank you. Yeah, so the arrow comes whistling through the air. You guys see a faint glow of the planar energy sort of creep across it. And your hunter's mark just sort of zeroes it in as not, it doesn't have eyes that you can see because the tentacles are where the eyes are with the teeth, but you get it sort of where it smells and that deep in that snout. And it tries to sort of puff it out, but there's just this gargle of blood. And then you hear it sort of rear back. After Sirach, Clever Stitch.
All right. Now that I can see more of it, I will sharpshooter attack it. Do sharpshooter on the first one and see what happens. Oof, that will not be it with a 6.
A 6 does not hit.
Fuck it. I will sharpshooter the second one as well.
All right.
Not with that same die, though. What am I doing? How about with this one? That, however, probably will with a 23.
Absolutely.
And I maxed the damage, so it's 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 10. 22 points of damage on that.
22 points of damage. Yeah, you lodge an arrow deep in what you think might have been its ear, and you sort of, I guess, through what would be the tentacled cow devil's version of a temple into the brain, maybe. You don't know. It's awful, but God, the way it screams, you know you heard it. You know you heard it bad. Any
Fuck you
bonus
in your ears.
Any bonus
No.
actions, Clever Stitch?
I'm good.
Okay, sounds good. That does bring us to the bad guys. Bad guy. I made a mistake in the tentacling thing. So you're not just grappled, you are restrained, my friends. And good news, bad news, it does not get to attack with those tentacles while it's got something gripped up. However, it does get to do what is known as a tentacle slam, in which case it goes pwah, and smacks you two together. So I would like both of you to make Constitution saving throws. DC of 14.
$11. I was this close to a 20.
Okay.
19.
19. So, Ride, you save. You are going to take half damage, and you are okay. So that is a total of 8 reduced to 4 for you, Saride. Olaroon, you're going to take the full point of 8 points of damage, and that's it. Oh, and then it's going to try to bite you, and it has advantage because you're restrained, so it bites you. Well, let's find out if it bites you. It bites you. 21 to hit. 10 points of damage, Olaroon. And make me a Constitution saving throw.
Here we go again. Come on. Hey, 17.
Hey, not diseased. Nicely done. Nice.
Oh, I'm just grappled and restrained. But I'm not diseased.
Not diseased. That's important. Olaroon, you are up.
I'm going to try and get out of this terrible situation as much as possible.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics, the escape DC is 13.
Okay, either way, it's exactly the same.
Okay.
11.
You do not escape.
Yeah, that's clear. Can I use my bonus action to cast Hexblade's Curse on the giant thing, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then I will do that as well. So it is hexed, and it also has Hexblade's Curse.
Hexed and Hexblade's Curse. Double hexing happening right now. Nicely done. Yeah. Anything else, Olaroon? I mean, you can't move, so...
Yeah, I yell at them to get me out of here.
Okay. Sounds good. New round. Bad guy on a 10. Queen. 9, 8.
6.
6. All right. So I believe Queen was our highest card. You know, Clever Stitch, I think in the future, if we just type out the card number, then I just know to like skip to that. That might help. I'm sorry, Matthew, you're muted, but you're doing so good.
If people just type them anywhere, I can organize them.
Sure.
But people, it's like, whoo. And it's down, and I'm like, I'm good at pattern recognition, but not quite that good.
Nicely done. We'll figure out a system for it, because we're not all using the Roll20 now, because we don't all need to for disasters. That's the thing. Okay, it's so all good. It's all good. So Rock, I believe you are up first on the Queen. Well, then I'll have to wear my glasses and.
Wasn't that Clever Stitch on the Queen?
No, I have a 10.
Oh.
Who had the Queen?
You.
I most certainly did not. I had a 9.
Oh. Then nobody had a Queen.
Oh.
Oh, that looks like a queen.
That looks like a Q, buddy.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you it looks like a cube, but there's a distinct lack of people on
Sure.
it.
Yes.
Oh, that's
fine.
Fine.
Okay.
9 bad signals.
Okay, then maybe it's the bad guys, Clever Stitch, and I think maybe Sarai.
Sounds good. Anybody above a 10? That's the question. No? Awesome. Bad guy's gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna tentacle bash you guys. Make a Constitution saving throw, Olaroon.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. Please make a con save.
Con save,
please. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, guys. Oh, that's 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
No.
Okay.
And then I guess it's gonna, I don't know, here, evens or odds, we'll figure out who it's biting. Evens was Olaroon, odds is Saride. Gonna try to bite Saride. It bites Saride. Saride, make me a Constitution saving throw.
No.
Do I take damage
Yeah.
on the bite?
Yeah.
How much damage do I take?
10.
I'm out. I'm way past out.
Oh,
That was 5 over what I was at.
okay, so you had 5 hit points.
Yeah.
Which one of you looked? Which one of you looked worse? Because it would have
Me.
you. All right.
Me.
Okay.
I've been almost. I was almost bloodied, and then you hit me for like 14. So.
Okay.
TPK.
It's
Not you.
No.
Odiug dick. What did we do with an Odiug in the last campaign? Why do I know these things?
They were what lived at when you guys discovered you had a landfill.
The dumpster.
The
yeah.
dumpster. When you discovered you
that
had.
was it. Okay.
Yeah, you fought like 3 of them when you discovered you had a dumpster.
Yeah.
Because they eat trash.
They eat trash.
Sewage and
Oh,
trash.
that's what it was.
Well, they've got me and Olaroon, so they're keeping up their diet.
Aw.
I thought-
Boo. Okay.
Don't boo
That-
me, I'm dying.
Yay? That doesn't sound right. You want me to cheer your death? That's not appropriate.
No.
10. 9.
10.
10.
Okay.
I guess I'll shoot it. Fuck. I don't know. I don't really have much. I don't have good. I don't heal things. Sharpshooter. That's an 18 to hit.
Hits? Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
16 points of damage for the first
Okay.
attack. Sharpshooter number 2. That is going to be a. Oh my god, I just did this math. Dirty 20. Sorry.
Yeah.
And
hits.
then 20 points of damage on the second one.
Ooh, it is. One more solid hit, and it's out.
Perfect. And then I'm gonna run up and melee with it
Okay.
to try and just like. How many tentacles does this thing have? 4?
2.
2? All right. Well, like, fuck off. Drop that unconscious girl and pick me up or some shit. I don't know.
Would you like to action surge to try to drag her out of being?
No, I'm just gonna action surge it to shoot it again. I forgot that I have that. Fuck. Thank you, Cody.
You're welcome.
Jesus Christ. That's a 13 to hit.
That one
has an
misses.
AC of 14, right?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
AC of
Well,
14.
there we go. 14.
Okay,
But,
exactly.
But I max damaged the damage, so 22 points of damage.
That's showtime.
Oh, thank God. Fuck.
Clever Stitch coming through with 3 hits and 58 points of damage.
Lord. Listen, sharpshooter, whenever you have a flat plus 30,
Yeah,
if you hit it 3 times, it'll do that for you.
yeah.
I want to shoot it through Saraide's tentacle into its head.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's funny. That's what. Never mind.
The arrow goes flying through the tentacle. It sort of creeps into. It doesn't like cut the side. No, it gets like in the tentacly like vein of it. It sort of bounces around in there up into the brain. The Otyugh slumps back into the water. Its tentacles unfurling and leaving you guys on the ground. Who is after a 10? Sirach, were you next? Yep, because we have to stay in initiative until we stabilize Saraid.
Which will be happening now. I immediately swoop directly down, and I touch Sharide on the shoulder, and I cast second level Cure Wounds.
And they used to say swooping was bad.
Not anymore. Oh, that's good. That'll be 13 plus 2. That's 15 points of health to you.
Thank you. You healed me for half.
Wow.
Also, damn!
Yeah, you guys are there. The Otyugh is slumped down into the water. So if you guys care to make me nature checks if you want.
14.
14. 4, 5.
Close to that. I got a 4.
Okay.
$17.
17. Okay.
Well, this thing has been inside me for the last 5 minutes, so I feel like I know it pretty well.
You guys have an intimate knowledge of each other. You do know that usually they are good guard things. So they may have been left here. It may have been left here by the other group as like a guard, and it does eat filth, so that's kind of the disease that it carries with it. But you guys, I don't think any of you actually got diseased, so you guys should be fine on that. There's not much of value on an Otyugh. You could collect some of its saliva. It's very powerful acidic saliva that kind of breaks down everything. But you'd have to go digging into the water to get that, so it doesn't really seem worth it, to be honest.
How deep is the water?
Pretty deep. So this thing stands up to like 6 feet. You figure that the water is at least 10 feet deep, because it was far enough below the surface not to disturb it till it started to come up.
All right, and pretty much where it came from would be the only real, or like the next exit or the path to follow.
Yeah, the up the ladder is the path to follow. So that's not really where it came from. It was just kind of living here. This is where it hangs out. They're fairly sedentary. If food is coming to them, they won't go out looking for stuff.
Same.
So you figure that they the people that pass by here, if you know where it is and you toss it like something to eat, it'll probably just leave you alone. So you guys continue up the ladder and deeper into the network of sewers, and you're out of the cave portion into what is much more of a man-worked piece. I'll take none of you are proficient in stone cunning, because that is apparently only something dwarves learn.
Correct.
But I will take a history check.
Dirty 20 from the archaeologist.
Nicely done.
26.
Okay, so the dirty 20 and a 26, Saride and Halroth, you guys recognize some of the architecture. There is Saride, there's a very clear styling in the keystones of the arches that reminds you of Eladrin, or at the very least Elven make, but more extraplanar elves. However, it is not exclusively extraplanar Elven in its design. Talroth, you recognize some of the ancient Elven design nature to it as well. However, both of you know, or can at least surmise, that the types of stone that are being used, that were used in this construction, is much more common among goblinoid humanoids, orcish humanoids, probably out of the mountains. It doesn't strike you as dwarven or giant, but it does speak to a shared venture at some point. You get the feeling that the aqueducts and the cisterns, all of this was probably above ground at some point, and something almost similar to the Patchstone Waste has sort of built up over the top of it over years, centuries probably. So Dorian's Dawn is sort of built on a very ancient ruins site. As you guys are traveling, I will take survival checks to track down El Starsong.
Also, we take a short rest, or are we just?
If you'd like to,
pushing
you
on?
absolutely can.
Because I have 8 hit points.
Okay.
I get a dirty 20 for
Survival.
I get a dirty 20 for survival.
Nice.
23 survival.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just one of those days, guys.
Unfortunately. Go ahead, and we'll say you guys took a short rest. If you want to roll any hit dice, you absolutely can. There was, you guys pieced together, there was very little chance of you catching up to Starsong after trying to decide which way to go and tracking him. So you're more on the trail now than you were in pursuit of. You can roll your hit dice. You guys did fantastic on the survival checks, by the way. Even as the floor becomes more worked stone, and there's less natural sort of tracking materials to go through, you guys do see the telltale signs of sort of dirty footprints, some scrapes of armor or arms from his bodyguard, and you do follow them very well. It does lead to a tube, and it has sort of a two-pronged piece to it. So you can travel up, or you can travel to the left and the right. You can see and hear you can see that one way is lit. You suspect that it might be like a forward station or forward base. Maybe not a place, or maybe a place that they stay. You're not quite 100% sure. But the path up above will lead you back into Dorian's Dawn and back to where you guys would now know the entrance and exit from.
Yeah, during the short rest, I would have probably taken out my map making tools and just quickly sketched out where we were, how far we've gone in, just at least what we've discovered so far,
Mm-hmm.
and even just kind of quickly sketching out where this would be, so, to then figure out if we do go up, where in the city we are to start lining it up.
Yeah. As you guys travel up, I'm assuming is the direction you want to go. When you get to the top, it is beneath a fountain that has sort of a large drainage hole beneath it, and it is one of the larger fountains in town. It is far from the main campus, probably an hour walk, and it's on slightly the poorer side of Dorian's Dawn. It is a college town, so there is low wage labor and things like that. More of the worker and craftsman portion, but it is one of the larger, grander fountains. It has been redubbed the Blessed by the Waters of Sathsa in recent years. Halroth, make me a history check. Since you're from the, and Clever Stitch, you can make me a history check as well, since you're from the continent as well. You may be able to devise some history of the fountain.
12.
9.
It's pretty obscure, to be honest. You don't recognize it. The figures, you can see that there were some modifications, some stone shaping changes, some artisan adjustments to bring this more in line with the deities of the Black Gem, the deities of Rotom, since they've been here, but nothing that was... nothing jumps out at you. Nothing the Cat Lord or Elven gods may speak to.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do before we call it a night?
Not just, I would like to mark at least where my map where we popped out. See if I could at some point find like a map of the city and just start kind of laying it over and then seeing buildings, roads, and maybe kind of predict where certain entrances might be.
Okay.
So I know that'll be a separate thing.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's a great plan. We can make that roll next time. Cool, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We love being here. We love being with you. We know that life is difficult at the moment, and we hope we can offer you a hint of a respite as we are going forward. We're gonna say goodnight. We're gonna see you guys next time, but until then, be cool.